Whether this is your first time boating, or whether you consider yourself some kind of salty dog, welcome, and thanks for renting with us today. I'm Tim, and in the next few minutes I'm going to give you some information that will help keep you and your passengers safe on your boat. So let's get started. If you are not familiar with the term negligent, it basically means you are not paying proper attention or acting responsibly while operating your boat. No matter what kind of boat you operate today, there are important rules you need to follow. These rules are designed to keep you and your passengers safe, and strictly enforced, as negligent operation of a boat can be a criminal offense. Here are just a few examples of negligent behavior. Using excessive speed in the vicinity of other boats or in dangerous waters. Failing to make sure the children on your boat are wearing a life jacket. Bow riding or riding on seat backs, gunnels, or the transom. Using hazardous water skiing tow sport practices. And here's a big one. Operating a boat under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Don't take a chance with this one. If you do, you could be very sorry you tried. And if you think it's okay to get trashed on the boat today because you're just a passenger, think again. As much as 39% of all boating accidents involve alcohol, so it's quite clear that drinking and boating just don't mix. Statistics show that some form of basic negligence is the primary cause of all reported accidents. As the operator of a boat today, you are responsible to know and follow the rules. Today, if you operate your boat or allow anyone on the boat to act in a negligent fashion, you could find yourself facing severe penalties. Wearing a life jacket is the single best thing you can do to prevent drowning while boating. Almost 2 out of every 3 people who died while boating, including those who thought they were strong swimmers, drowned. Unfortunately, some of them were children who died because the parents were negligent. A Coast Guard approved life jacket must be on board for every person, and we strongly recommend that you wear it at all times while underway. Unless, of course, you are inside an enclosed cabin or the boat is tied up or anchored. With few exceptions, all children must wear the life jacket at all times. Make sure all life jackets fit properly and are zipped and clipped before you leave the dock. If you have any questions about how your life jacket should fit, just ask your boat rental company. If you will have children on your boat today, they deserve special attention, as their inexperience, size, and weight put them at a greater risk from accidents of all kinds. Again, with few exceptions, children are required to wear a life jacket at all times while boating. It's a good idea to assign a responsible adult to keep track of each child on the boat to ensure their safety. It's also a smart practice to assign each child a specific seat on the boat and make sure they are in that seat before the boat moves. Most boating accidents are collisions, where a boat runs into another boat, a rock or reef, or something else on the bottom. By law, it is your responsibility to avoid collisions. Most collisions happen as a result of excessive speed, so it's going to be much easier to avoid collisions if you're not going too fast. There are no brakes on a boat, and when you're moving fast, it takes more time and distance to slow down or stop. You must operate your boat at a speed where you can maintain control at all times. And never try to stop a boat by putting your arms or legs between the boat, another boat, or the dock. This can result in severe injuries. There are simple navigation principles that will help you avoid collisions with other boats. If another boat is coming at you head-on, you should steer to the right or starboard. If you are overtaking or passing another boat, you should pass on the left or port side of that boat. Leave plenty of room and yield to that boat. If you are crossing the path of another boat, you should yield to a boat on your right or starboard. You should also yield to all boats that are not under power, including sailboats under sail, canoes, and kayaks. Again, by law, you must make sure that each person engaged in tow sports wears a properly fitted and adjusted life jacket. It takes 3 to ski is the policy of this rental company and requires that you post a lookout in addition to the boat operator to keep an eye on the person or persons being towed. The boat operator needs to pay full attention to what's out front. Always make sure that no one is anywhere near the propeller, front, or sides of the boat before you start the motor. And use a tow rope that is at least 30 feet long to help keep tow sport participants safe from carbon monoxide. When boarding a boat, follow these proper procedures. Make sure that the operator and lookout always keeps the person in view. Turn the bow of the boat toward the person in the water. Turn the motor off well before approaching the person and leave it off until the person is back safely in the boat. Keep the person away from the propeller blades. Never step on the propeller in order to re-enter the boat. Use the boarding ladder and make sure the engine is off. Finally, never allow anyone to hold onto the swim platform for a ride commonly called teak surfing or platform dragging. It is unlawful to engage in tow sports at night or when visibility is poor. And be sure to stow all tow sport gear securely when not in use. All boats have an awareness zone. The awareness zone includes the front, sides, rear, and swim platform and extends 30 feet behind and all around this boat. No passenger should be in the awareness zone until the boat motor is turned off, the boat has stopped moving, the keys are removed, and you have counted to 10. The propeller on a boat can spin for several seconds after the motor is off and can cause serious or fatal injuries. That is why you count to 10. Remember that it is grossly negligent and prohibited for passengers to sit on the bow, gunnels, stern, or swim platform while the boat is moving. Pay particular attention to the awareness zone while water skiing or engaging in other water sports, and especially before starting your engine. As the operator of a boat, it is again your responsibility to familiarize yourself with federal, state, and local regulations concerning litter and pollution, and then to comply with them. Littering can carry some stiff penalties, so keep it all inside the boat. The rule is, boat it in, boat it out, leave nothing behind. Do not litter. If you are renting a boat capable of carrying between 4 and 8 people and one well suited for moving quickly across the water, you've probably rented what's called a runabout. Some common runabout boats are the bow rider, center console, cuddy, and walk-around. The most obvious concern of these boats is their power and speed capabilities. Turning too quickly at high speeds, encountering another boat's wake, or not being able to stop quickly enough are all recipes for all sorts of disasters. Caution must be used at all times when operating these boats, especially when engaged in tow sports, including water skiing, tubing, and wakeboarding. You've already heard the rules of towing earlier in this video. Let's make sure you follow them.